Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I'd like to thanks to the committee of second UNISET 2021 for the time given to our team in presenting our research-based paper. My name is Endang Darsi, and I am the representative of my team to present my paper. So before that, let me share my screen. Okay, I think it is now getting started, and I hope you can see my slides. Okay. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the title of our paper is Non-EFL Students Need Analysis on English Subjects. And sorry, there are three authors. The first author is Vina Agustiana. The second author is Endang Darsi, and the third author is Wulan Rahmat Tumisa. And we are actually all from English Education Study Program. And the presentation today is divided into several parts. The first one is introduction, the second is methodology, the third is results and discussion, and the last one is conclusion. Now let me begin with the first part of the presentation, which is about introduction. Okay, the first point is that it is a must to prepare an English curriculum that can be used in all study programs. Okay, in order to prepare the qualified human resources who are able to compete in work competencies, Universitas Kuningan, of course, facilitates the students through English subject as the primary subject to take by the students. So every student has the opportunity to improve their English proficiency. And considering that there are various different study programs, thus Universitas Kuningan must prepare an English curriculum that can be used in all study programs. According to Brown 2019, curriculum development is defined as a series of activities that contribute to the growth of consensus among staff, faculty, administrations, and students. It involves a number of separate elements, and one of the important elements is needs assessment. Yeah. And then, according to Nation and McAllister 2010, language curriculum needs analysis involves looking at current learners regarding their knowledge of the language, where they should try to use the language for the purpose they want and what they feel they want to learn. A very useful way to take into account the needs of learners in language learning is to use a syllabus that is structured around the needs of the learners, of course. And this must involve teachers and also the students in deciding what to teach and how it will be taught. According to Nation and McAllister's again in 2010, there are three types of needs. The first one is lacks, the second is wants, and the third one is necessities. And the aim of the parts of the curriculum design process is to discover what needs to be learned and what the learners want to learn. Need analysis examines what the learners know already and what they need to know. Besides, it makes sure that the course will contain relevant and useful things to learn. Good need analysis involves asking the right questions and finding the answers in the most effective way. Therefore, based on the introduction, based on the background that I explained before, this study is an attempt to cover students' need, which focuses on their lacks, their wants, and also their necessity. Now let's move to methodology. The first one is research design. Based on the objective of this study, which analyzed the need for learning English for non-EFL students at the University of Groningen, this research applied quantitative research methods through applying survey research strategies. And the participants or the respondents are derived from 5 different faculties in University of Groningen, namely Faculty of Economy, Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Faculty of Computer, Faculty of Law, and Faculty of Forestry. In collecting the data, the study uses questionnaires, and of course, the research data was taken at University of Groningen. And the respondents, all new non-EFL undergraduate students at the Groningen University at academic year 2021-2022. Okay, about the instrument itself, the research instruments used in this study is questionnaires in order to explore students' needs on English subjects. And the instrument used in this study was compiled based on the theory proposed by Nation and McAllister 2010, which was divided into 3 categories. The first one is lacks, the second is wants, and the third one is necessities. The questionnaires were analyzed descriptive statistically by using a 4-point Likert scale that is adjusted to the research objectives. They were analyzed by calculating the proportion of participants' choices related to the statements about learning English for students at Universitas Groningen. Okay, this is the results and discussion. This part is actually divided into 3 parts. The first part is about students' lack, the second part is about students' wants, and the third part is about students' necessities on English subject. Okay, let me begin with the first finding. It is related to the students' lack. This result revealed students' lack on English subject. So this part focuses on the competence of language skills and students' difficulties in mastering the 4 English skills. Both of these problems are very important to measure the level of competence of the students and what problems they face in the learning English. You can see here the first table shows that students' self-assessment of needs in the 4 language skills differed. Most of students consider their English skill competency at moderate level. So you can see here, and then the table 2 shows students' competence in terms of language aspects. There are 57% students who say that their grammar is weak, and 50% of the students think that their vocabulary is weak. These findings show that speaking seems to be the most difficult skills for the students at 46%, and this may be because students are learning the language in an environment where exposure is not always available. Okay, the second finding, it is about wants. So this part focused on finding out what knowledge and skills the participants would need to function effectively in the students' want in learning English. And this includes several points, namely language skills as well as teaching and learning aids. And based on the findings, it revealed that the preferred language skills are reading, 47%, followed by speaking, 19%, listening, 18%, and writing, 17%. Furthermore, the most intended teaching and learning aids that help students learn more easily and what has been provided so far are written media and visual media, such as pictures, diagrams, etc. Alfian, in 2019, inferred that students use media and technology such as television, tape recorders, social media such as YouTube, Facebook, and so on to improve their English proficiency. And these strategies are categorized into metacognitive strategies. And technology, of course, can be used to scaffold solutions to complex problems and projects by providing resources such as visualization tools, reference materials, and instructions. The third finding, discover necessities. What learners need to function effectively in the English subject. And it was found that the majority of students, which is 81%, prefer to combine English and Indonesian as the medium language in delivering materials. This finding is actually in line with Nin Sisana and Nawa 2019 that as many as 88% of students strongly agree that the learning process is carried out using two languages or bilingual. And it can be an effort to improve students' listening skill as well as to enrich vocabulary. And this shows that English lecturers should consider to use Indonesian to some extent in the delivery of the materials. In addition, 35% of students prefer to learn English in small groups, and 65% think that they will learn English better in large groups under the supervision of a lecturer. With regard to the student-centered and problem-centered assessment, efforts are made to provide frequent and appropriate opportunities to formative assessment. These include assessment of student-generated products at various points along the path to problem solution, such as blueprints or business plans, and facilitated assessment by comparing intermediate solutions with those produced by others across the country working on the same problem and project-based curriculum. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on the results of data analysis conducted in this study, there are three important points that can be drawn. The first one, in relation to the students' lacks on English subject, the study focuses on the competence of language skills and students' difficulties in mastering the 4 English skills. Most students assess their English language skills competence at moderate level. Listening and speaking skills are assessed as the first priority, followed by writing and reading skills. Second, related to the students' wants on English subject, the preferred language skills are reading, followed by speaking, listening, and writing. Lastly, related to the necessity in learning English, learning activities that students need to function effectively is to combine English and Indonesian as a medium language in the delivery of materials. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the presentation. Thank you so much for watching, and my apologies for my mistakes and inconvenience. Thank you again. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.